Zora. I used to cover them as journalists. We went to Bombo, they are retired, and the military is wishing them well, where you have gone into the politics. We were making progress as a country, until I think when Mr. Museveni said, now to hell with the constitution, to hell with the law. Now, military people will do politics. If you want, you can go and hang. And he's validating what they are doing. You see, we don't have any other country attorney general.
No.
This thing we are talking about, there was, I mean, we are on a journey. And the president demonstrated that by himself, saying, if I'm going to seek for this office, I must be a civilian. Because we don't want military people, we don't want military rule. And I have told you, even in Parliament, I was there as a journalist, they told J.J. Odong, Parliament will not pass you as appearing before the vetting committee. They said, until you have resigned. And he went and resigned. So J.J. Odong is no longer in the army. But the subsequent former CDF, he's not. J.J. Odong resigned.
I didn't know.
Before he took over his appointment as State Minister for Environment.
I didn't know
the first thing he did. That's a journey we are taking as a country. Along the way, even that has gone. Not only has it gone, I have told you what happened to Mukunde. By appearing on the radio, they say this is spreading harmful propaganda. You're a military man, you stick to military issues. Now you have a military man running civilians. He's supposed to be subordinate to you, now you're subordinate to military. He organizes a rally, you go following. He's in Masaka.
But you see,
I mean, we can pretend about this, but that's where we are.
Semiju, you see, unfortunately for you, you know, the problem is that when I'm having a conversation with Semiju, the moment it has anything to do with President Museveni and the family, like I told you, I just... But just because
I also don't agree. The president's family is a big family. Have you heard me speak about his daughters who are bishops and others?
The president is the one who led by example.
Yes, that time. And
but now you are telling him that he's the one who broke the law.
Yes.
How?
I have told.
He led by example.
At that time.
And even now, he's not a military man.
Yeah, but
so he's in politics.
But his son, who is a military man, has a political party to which you belong.
Which political party? For me, I belong. Yes, I belong to PLU, but my political party is NRM.
As if there is a
and you're not allowed to have two. By the way, it's illegal.
As if they are different.
Please allow me come to Honorable Wandera.
You see, after the NRM, primaries, the CDF congratulated Pirao, also congratulated the NRM. And he said, for us, we are now ready to give you logistics.
Honorable Wandera, you hear, and you've said very profound words.
You want me to share the tweet?
Share it.
It's pretense. Behind the headlines, the conversation continues. My name is Timothy Nyangweso. I'm joined by Dr. SABAWOLEREZA. No, but Mao is missing here. But the conversation still continues here, and let's get it started, because even off air, the 5 years. They cannot. You talked about accountability.
Yeah.
How can they hold these leaders accountable?
Timothy, that's exactly the point. Actually, in the Constitution, under the movement system, there was a power to recall members of Parliament by the electorate. This Constituent Assembly, at the time, found it necessary to remove that clause during multi-party politics. The power to recall members of Parliament was specifically removed. It exists under multi-party politics, it doesn't exist. I hold the view that they had a reason why they did that. So the people are not powerless. The people, every 5 years, give you a mandate and say, you go and do this. If you don't deliver on what they want you to do, they remove you after 5 years. That's the Constitution. But also, that is the mandate that the people have given you. But there is a provision in the Constitution about referenda. The referenda can be called by the people anytime. Anytime. So it doesn't have to wait for 5 years. So they're not powerless. And maybe just to say, maybe we need to do a little bit more civic education on the powers of the people and what they have in the Constitution. And by the way, to correct the misrepresentation here, we have actually translated this constitution into 8 languages. And even when you check on the internet now, it is there. Maybe what we need to do is to do more to get it to the people. And that we can...
Where are the copies?
Pardon?
Where are the copies of translated constitutions?
They're online. We put everything online.
They are digital.
They're digital.
In a country where we have 27%.
You see, the hard copies are available in Law Reform Commission. They're available in the bookshop if you go there. Yes. And they're available online. Now, if you say this is the era we are dealing with. So if we make it available online and make it available in the bookshop, what more can we do? The issue here is, if we think that we're not doing enough on civic education, then I think that is where our friends in the civil society come in.
I think, Honorable AG, you're pointing the finger in the wrong direction. It should be you, because
no,
if we look at it this way, walk on the streets of this country.
I can speak for civil society. I will do.
You're going to walk anywhere today or tomorrow and find a Ugandan and ask them the way you're asking for a provision that an American can be arrested and he knows his rights. Do Ugandans know their rights? Where did we get it wrong?
Timothy, I think we need to be careful, because when you say, if I walk on the street and ask the Ugandan for a provision in the Constitution.
If he's, like Honorable Samunju was talking about, someone arrested, what the Constitution states on how you get arrested, what should be done when you're arrested, do they have that understanding? Where did they get powerless? To the Constitution.
I can't answer that question, because I really don't know. We need to check on that. It is the people who can tell us whether they know or they don't know. I can't answer that. But as far as I'm concerned, the information is available. The information is available. The duty of the state to train the people, civic education is provided for, and we should continue doing it. Yeah. And
you spoke about it being online. Where can someone find it?
Just search Itesot. Just put on, even now you can put on Runyankore version of Uganda Constitution.
Okay.
It's there.
But I want to ask the principal legal advisor to tell us if he has advised this government against abduction, detaining people in the basement, shaving their beard and beating them, if that doesn't bother him.
Well, it's the same thing, like you say, the right to life. People die, so you say, have I advised the public against killing?
No, this is specific.
Yeah. So what I'm telling you is that I do not know of any abduction.
Yeah.
So if you're saying the abduction, if the government is under is taking you, that's an arrest.
I'm talking about abductions, not arrest.
What is abduction?
JAT, SFC.
You mean you can arrest you? When you arrest someone, is it an abduction?
Okay, you can pretend.
Okay. No, they don't talk about abduction. If the government picks up someone, that is called an arrest.
So there is no procedure followed when you are arresting people. You just bring a drone and bound them and beat them.
No, beating them is not allowed, and we advise all the time that don't beat them. But government does not abduct people. Government arrests.
Government shouldn't, but this particular
government does not.
People,
government does not abduct
them
people.
In the basement, shave off their beard, and then Moses Kainerugaba says, "I am beating them."
Honorable AG,
head of your political party.
Why is it that there is perception that there is selective application of this constitution, but also that the constitution seems to be politically driven rather than legally driven?
The constitution is a social document, a political document, and a legal document. Because the things we've been discussing here about governance are political issues.
Yes.
So they're in the constitution. So the constitution is actually a political document. So if anyone, people should not shy away from thinking it is a political document. It is a political document because it deals with the politics of the country. It is a social document because it deals with education and health. It is a legal document because it addresses issues of legal nature. So we should not be shy about saying the Constitution is a political document. It is a political document.
Thank you very much. Honorable Samuju, you wanted to respond, Dr. Sarah, before I get to Honorable Samuju.
Yeah, two things. One is if we complain about bad quality, why don't we represent ourselves? First of all, it's not that everybody should be a politician. I'm sure everybody should follow their passion. If your passion is in serving people through politics, you serve them. If your passion is in serving through other capacities, you concentrate on that. But also, why is it that good people are shying away from politics? The politics are too dirty. Money and violence. There are so many good people there that would want to be in service of the people through political leadership. But do you have the bags of money, like we saw in Kororo, when Attorney General saw in Kororo? The bags of money, your own members were even complaining, including your Minister of National Guidance, about the vulgarization of your internal processes. You see the violence, like in Zimbabwe, where a young man was murdered. I don't know whether there is justice for that young man. So the politics are too dirty, and it's only maybe, you know, those either who can manage, or if you have the means also to play dirty, that have dominated the arena. So that's why we have poor quality, and I don't know whether that's something to celebrate, because I don't think it is progress. The question of civil society. The same government that when Attorney General advised to close funding for civil society, including the democratic governance facility. So the closure of funding for civil society closed about 75% of CSO work. I'm sure everybody has noted that there is no visible voter education going on.
Give yourself 28 days and become the most dangerous person in the room. Let's be real. Most people over 40
On top of that, us as a government blocking the work of civil society, now you have other external issues like closure of USAID. There is no voter education in this election, we are not Attorney General. But also, to underscore the fact that civil society plays a complementary role. So, should they complement nothing? Where is the role of government that is supposed to be complemented? Where is it? So that's the question that we should answer.
Honorable Samuju, you speak a lot about what the military has done, what the politics has done. We also remember what the preamble is, the instability and all these things. Has this constitution been weaponized to the benefit of just a few, and why?
Not weaponized, overthrown. This constitution has been overthrown.
Why do you say it has been overthrown?
You've seen the president. He will appear on TV. He will say, you soldiers, don't even bark at people. When you are arresting them, introduce yourself. This is the procedure to follow. And then on the news, so and so has been abducted. You saw what happened in Kawempe in a by-election. If you read the laws on elections, you're not even supposed to have an armed person at a polling station. That's why we have police constables who are picked from society and trained. But in Kawempe, you had armored vehicles at polling stations. The military started that whole by-election by beating people. These days, they have even hired gangs. So you're being beaten by the gang, by SFC, by JAT. The Minister for Internal Affairs responsible for law and order said, for us, we don't have JAT. I am told JAT is part of the military now. So they took over that whole exercise. There was time the president wanted to fuse police into the military. I think from the beginning of his administration. And I am told Dr. Paul Kawanga Semoge, the late said, no, we can't let police act different. I was helping Brigadier Sebagal, I don't know whether that is his rank now, to do his biography, autobiography. And he told me when they are fighting a rebellion in Rwenzori, that is under Obote 1, they went with police units. The military was not even supposed to arrest anyone, including people in a rebellion. He said the ones we are picking, we are handing over to police in our area. Today you have the military. Sometimes you don't know whether it is military running police stations or both. Every police station now has a military personnel. So our lives have been militarized. People are still being kidnapped and taken to Mbuya in the basements. The other day I asked Honorable Both. The military had picked my neighbor, and I told him, please help me. I am told this person is under military detention. Reason, they were looking for someone, and that someone had called this person. So I asked General Tafiri one time, why do they continue doing those things? Because this person should help you to get the one that you want. So you don't get the one you want, then you pick one who has been telephoned. That's how my sister was picked one time. I had to call all the ministers to help me. Then they said, you go to crime intelligence. So really, even the police itself now, that some of the directors are military people. The same way we have them in the parliament. You have military ministers, you have military MPs, you have military policemen, you have military political leaders. I don't know why Pirao is not given iPod money. So really, everything is military, and he carefully chooses to join a political party run by a military man. This is where he is. That's where he has deployed his professionalism on how to run. For the first time, you have military people running a political party. And how can you stop them? They are the ministers, they are in the police, they are in the parliament, they are everywhere. Why wouldn't they run a political party? The same way they sit in the parliament. So that's where we are. Intelligent people can scatter around issues when you raise. We can pretend, but the worst thing, and I keep telling people in my constituency, where we are now, we're talking about 30 years, 63 years of independence. We all know our way to where Rwanda is. Because in Rwanda there is no pretense. The opposition, people in government will choose who will oppose them and then help you to oppose them, even deploy you. So that's where we are now. So you've seen Honorable Mao is not here. He said, now he has drawn a line between an alliance of those who are in power. Some opposition parties are part of the alliance, and then the ones, us who are supposed to be criminalized. Africa has been let down by its people, some of them highly educated, and I can see the debate. Some people think they lead. Of course, my thinking is different. You cannot substitute them. We can only continue pleading with them or looking for those who will do things different. This Attorney General, with his knowledge, belongs to an illegal outfit, a political party run by military people, and he's an active member.
I'm a member of NRM. That's a political party.
You are a member of Pirao. Say that you are not a member of Pirao.
But what is the legal status of Pirao? Because
he's a member.
You mean
no, I want to ask the Attorney General.
PLU, for me, as far as I'm concerned, is not a political party.
Yes, I'm coming.
Yeah. It's a civic organization.
Yes.
It's a CSO.
CSO.
If it works like
let
a quack.
I have my question to the Attorney
like
General. So, an Attorney General, if you say PLU is an NGO,
it's not an
which
NGO.
I think it is.
It's not an NGO.
It is.
It's a political party.
So if it's not a political party, I think it's a CSO, civil society organization.
Yeah, it's a civic organization.
Founded by a serving person in the government.
Yes.
Do you know that the laws governing associations, the charter association, NGO, prohibits somebody who is active in the government to be in the non-government sector?
No, this is not a non-government organization.
So
it's not an NGO.
This
is a civic society. You sit down with a group of people of like mind, and say we want to advocate for this. What is wrong with that?
Have you read the laws governing child organizations?
Oh yes, yes.
It prohibits.
No.
Dr. Sarah, let me give an opportunity.
I am very clear about that.
Bwana Attorney General, this is what we talk about when we say
It's the legal
a
fraud.
constitution and constitutionalism.
My dad is 57. How long before?
We have Article 208, which forbids a military man in UPDF from being partisan or getting involved in these political things and so on. My example where I'm saying to now really show where there is a constitution and constitutionalism is for us to sit here and claim that this outfit, you know, it is not a political party.
It's not.
The man himself has said, I want to be president.
Yeah, but not now.
Wait. The man has said, I want to be president.
He has addressed rallies.
He has addressed rallies.
Recently, didn't see him in Masaka.
Recently, in your primaries of NRM, his political party came up and said, we have captured 60%.
He congratulated them.
And then he congratulated them.
Yeah.
No, by the way.
And he has directed them to support
I want us to distinguish this because this is the center of the problem we have in Uganda. The constitution, but no constitutionalism. Because there is nothing wrong with General Muhoozi resigning from the army and going into politics and seeking to be president. Nothing wrong with that. But for us to sit here and pretend that, you know, what he's doing is just either civil society organization, that exactly shows us why we do not have constitutionalism in this country.
No, but Honorable Ogalo, for me, the thing that I am telling you is that I know it is not a political party. Yeah? That I know.
Yeah, you are saying so because you are saying a political party should be registered, should have this certificate and so on.
Yes.
Now you are being illegal.
But that is
correct.
That
you are correct. You are being illegal. That's what it's supposed to be. But this is saying if it works like a duck, quacks like a duck.
You see,
the thing is a duck.
No, but this one doesn't work like a political party.
We had as a country made progress, and we are making progress. When the President Museveni, RO 001, wanted to run for office, the first thing he did was to retire from the military. Even he said, now I want to be a civilian, I want a council. You remember all that story. Subsequently, all the other military officers, General Muntu, of course, Besigye was retired in a very controversial way. Kazora used to cover them as journalists. He went to Bombo, they are retired, and the military is wishing them well, where you have gone into the politics. We were making progress as a country. Until I think when Mr. Museveni said, now to hell with the constitution, to hell with the law. Now, military people will do politics. If you want, you can go and hang. And he's validating what they are doing. You see, we don't have any other country, Attorney General.
No.
This thing we are talking about, we are on a journey. And the president demonstrated that by himself, saying, if I'm going to seek for this office, I must be a civilian. Because we don't want military people, we don't want military rule. And I have told you, even in Parliament, I was there as a journalist, they told J.J. Odong, Parliament will not pass you as appearing before the vetting committee. They said, until you have resigned. And he went and resigned. So J.J. Odong is no longer in the army. But the subsequent former CDF, he's not. J.J. Odong resigned.
I didn't know.
Before he took over his appointment as State Minister for Environment.
I didn't know
the first thing he did. That's a journey we are taking as a country. Along the way, even that has gone. Not only has it gone, I have told you what happened to Mukunde? By appearing on the radio, they say this is spreading harmful propaganda. You're a military man, you stick to military issues. Now you have a military man running civilians. He's supposed to be subordinate to you, now you're subordinate to military. He organizes a rally, you go following. He's in Masaka.
Yeah, but you see,
I mean, we can pretend about this, but that's where we are.
Semju, you see, unfortunately for you, you know, the problem is that when I'm having a conversation with Semuju, the moment it has anything to do with President Museveni and the family, like I told you, I just...
But
just because
I also don't agree. The president's family is a big family. Have you heard me speak about his daughters who are bishops and others?
The president is the one who led by example.
Yes, that time. And
but now you are telling him that he's the one who broke the law.
Yes.
How?
I have told.
He led by example.
At that time.
And even now, he's not a military man.
Yeah, but
so he's in politics.
But his son, who is a military man, has a political party to which you belong.
Which political party? For me, I belong. Yes, I belong to PLU, but my political party is NRM.